Okay, so welcome to our Asian-inspired Mandarin chicken meal with crispy green beans and sesame oil, all served over brown rice. This is a clean eat this week, so it's a bonus. This is probably one of my family's favorite meals, and what I love about this meal is there's no additives, there's no sugar, it's gluten-free, super healthy and super clean. All right, so let's get started. First of all, you're going to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Your rice is already in a reheatable dish, and you're going to cover that with foil and place it in the oven for about 25 minutes. So basically the duration of your cooking time for your chicken and green beans, your rice should be all set and ready to go at the same time. So in your bundle this week, you're going to get the high temperature vegetable oil that you can use, and then sometimes I like to substitute a little bit of both, so like half coconut oil and then half of the vegetable oil. Really depends on what you enjoy using in your home. So go ahead and get your pan nice and hot. We're going to put that oil in there. We're on a medium-high heat. Most of the bottom of the pan is covered in oil, and as that heats up, we're going to prep your chicken. Your chicken this week has been cubed, and we have a seasoned cornstarch for you that's all set. And you're going to toss your chicken in the cornstarch, and want to do that pretty deliberately and making sure that it's nice and coated. I test the pan by putting a little bit of chicken in the hot grease, and if you don't get that sizzle right off the bat, the grease is not quite ready for searing yet. So I'm going to go ahead and coat the rest of my chicken with the cornstarch. Okay, so we're going to test one more piece of chicken, and now we've got a nice sizzle going. So you're going to place the chicken in the pan about a half an inch apart. Careful not to overcrowd. And basically you're going to sear it until it's nice and brown on one side. Then you're going to flip the chicken and brown it on the other side. This whole process could take anywhere from 6 to 8 minutes depending on how hot your pan is. Make sure that if it's cooking too quickly, or if you start to see some of the cornstarch browning and the oil around it, you're going to want to turn your heat down just a bit. So as your chicken is searing in the pan, we're going to start prepping your citrus. This is a bonus ingredient this week. It's going to be added at the very end of our cooking time with the chicken, and it just adds an extra punch of flavor, a little bit of sweetness. It's also a good supplement considering there's no sugar in your Mandarin chicken sauce. This kind of gives it a little bit of a sweetness flavor to your sauce without added sugar. So basically, you're going to peel your fruit, your orange, and then using a serrated knife or a little paring knife, you just cut out little segments. So we're going to segment the orange into slices that will be used at the very end of our pan sauce. So our chicken is getting a nice brown crust on there. We're going to rotate the pan around just to keep that oil evenly distributed. And you'll notice that the oil starts to cook out, which is also perfect because we're going to add that Mandarin chicken sauce straight to the pan. So with your heat still at a medium-high, we're going to add the Mandarin chicken sauce over the cooked chicken. Your chicken is not cooked all the way through quite yet. However, once you add the sauce and everything comes up to a nice simmer and the sauce begins to reduce, which will make it a little thicker, toss it around and turn your chicken once more. and then cook for another 3 to 5 minutes, and you should have perfectly cooked chicken that's still moist in the center and crisp on the outside with the sauce coating the chicken. So at this point, you can turn your temperature down maybe into a medium and add your oranges to finish out the pan sauce. So for the green beans, we're gonna also cook this dish on a medium-high. I like to use a combination of olive oil, which we hope that you have on hand, and then you're also gonna use a drizzle of sesame oil that has been included in your bundle. So while your oil is coming up to a nice high temperature, we're gonna slice the garlic on the bias into thin little slivers. Gives it a different look versus having all your garlic minced all the time. So while your olive oil and sesame oil is heating up in the saute pan on a medium heat, we are going to slice the garlic on the bias that's included in your bundle to saute with your green beans. And we're also going to prep the green onions that are in your bundle as well. And I like to cut those on the bias just to kind of give it a little Asian flair. Okay, so once your green beans are at a comfortable temp, I'd say anywhere from medium to medium-high, depending on what you're comfortable with, you can begin sauteing the green beans, just moving those around. Your green beans this week have also partially been blanched, and so it's not necessary to cook them a super long time. Once your green beans come up to temperature just a bit and you start to see them sizzle around the edges, we're going to add the sliced garlic. You don't want to do that too soon because the thin sliced garlic will tend to burn a little quickly. So now we're just going to saute and move everything around in the pan until you begin to see the garlic browning just a bit, as well as some of the green beans. Okay, now that your green beans have been sauteed for 5 to 6 minutes and the garlic is just beginning to brown, you're going to add your sesame seeds. And at this point, everything should be ready. Go ahead and check your rice and make sure it's nice and hot all the way through. Remove that from the oven and let the plattering begin. As always, we normally make our platters for anywhere from 2 to 4 people. This can also be done on plates or served buffet style, whatever works best in your family. So here we are with our chicken with the Mandarin sauce and fresh oranges that have been sauteed in the sauce. This is a delicious, heartwarming meal that has been made with basic ingredients without a lot of additives. So it's super clean, and we hope that you enjoy your Mandarin chicken with crispy green beans, garlic, and sesame seeds. Enjoy!